So here's the setup I used for Class 9 of August 2020. It's a lot like the setup for Class 4. I got the mixing board back there and I got the tower back there. What I did this time that's a little bit different that I used the Scarlett is the interface for Zoom, but for the actual class I used, well, let's see, for playing back Nick Lawrence's song, I played it back from this computer, and a long USB cable goes from there through the door out to there. By the way, I couldn't really find a very long one. I think Jonathan was using it for his class, so you can grab his. But then this generates all these individual channels, and that Mackie board, the big Mackie board, was sitting here. I have the effect unit there. I got that monitor there, a power amp there for that part of the demonstration. And then I came out of the actual control room out. I'm sorry, control room out of that Mackie board that's down here. In other words, it's just like Class 4, except the only thing that's different is that later on in the class, what I did with that board, I went to a different scene when I'm mixing in the box over here, mixing in the box with using Cubase. For that, I let this board be the interface that was hooked up to this laptop. The only drawback was that is I did it on the break and I wasn't quite finished with the board I had over here. I still needed to talk about the dry and wet knob thing, and I wasn't really able to illustrate that very well because at that point it was pretty much offline. So I guess what would be the best is to just get some other interface for that last part where you're mixing inside when you're working with Cubase in the box here. Another thing that was problematic is that when I had that board here, I was using control room out, and that got sent to a couple of channels over here. But whenever I hit solo and that mic was hot, it was a really bad feedback out of the speakers, and that didn't work very well. So you couldn't really use solo. I guess maybe in the future I'll figure out how to make that work, but you might just check that when you hit solo, there was a big feedback. Other than that, everything went pretty well for the class. And that's it.